Hello, hi, welcome. It's time for Atomic Radio Hour, episode 155. I'm your host, Vince. Hi, hello, how are you?
I am your back from the dead host, Olive. How you doing, everyone?
What's new, dude?
I was away for 2 weeks. I recently just got a promotion at work, so I took some time off to kind of learn the ropes, learn my new responsibilities, and learn my new hours, and it's been crazy. It's been absolutely crazy. Seeing as now I started there in February, and now I basically run the joint.
I was at work the other day with my sister, on the phone with my sister, and I was like running to a different department. I was like, "Hey, I need this when you're done." And my sister's like, "Do you have like seniority? Do you have like some sort of authority in this place?" I'm like, "No, why?" She goes, "You just talk to that guy like you've been here for 10 years." I was just like, when I need something done, I need something done.
Yeah, right? You state your intentions.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, I need this. The sooner the better. Not rushing you, but I know you got shit to do. But, like, it's just, I don't know.
But, like, do this shit for me.
Yeah, do it. So, did you watch any E3?
Barely. I don't.
Really?
Actually, no. I watched no E3 except the Breath of the Wild 2 trailer. That's it.
Really?
That's it. Yeah. I was the past 2 weeks. I've been clocked out on everything social. I've just been work, bed, and a little bit of Stargate in between.
So there's some things that you missed.
Yeah. Also, that mod trailer I saw too.
I didn't watch that. I totally forgot about that.
Really?
Yeah. You know me. I'm not one for mods.
You should watch it because it's really but it's like it was shown at E3.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it was shown at E3. I don't know, but I know that GameSpot hosted it. I forget which conference it was at, but it was actually shown at E3. So that's why I was like, "This is like kind of important."
Oh, well, I didn't know that. I would have watched it if I knew that, because if it's that big, like
it's like that. It's a DLC sized expansion for Fallout 4 called Fallout London.
I gotta watch it then. So here's what you missed. Here's what you missed at E3. You ready?
All right, give me the rundown.
Microsoft won.
Okay, that's kind of what I heard.
Halo looks amazing. The online is going to be...
What is it, Halo like
Infinite.
6 at this point?
At this point, it's the 6th in the mainline game. Looks amazing. The multiplayer is going to be free.
Ooh.
I don't know if that's on PC as well, but also Master Chief Collection is cross-platform. Throwing that out there now. Sometimes foreshadowing is obvious.
I should get MCC.
You should. You should, just for custom games. Just for custom games. Bless you. 76 is doing more. Hey,
Pittsburgh, haha.
No, well, not even that, but they're doing more. Hey, the Brotherhood's here. And actually, we did the lore on Vree last week. And I don't know if you've seen it or not, the lore video, but the entire episode, actually, there's a point in there where Vree doesn't really keep up with history of the Brotherhood, and she's like the scribe to start the scribes. And they're like, she's like, they don't know who...
I just don't give a fuck anymore.
What?
Just like, Vree is like, I don't give a fuck about what these people are doing anymore.
Kind of. She's only really interested with advancing the knowledge of the Brotherhood in the first game, and she kind of forgets the history of the Brotherhood. So, I'm not trying to apologize for shit writing, like I said last week, but if the original Max and 25 years later sent a group eastward, and Vree was just like, who the fuck cares about the past, our past, I can kind of excuse it. Like, it kind of makes sense. Like, I'm willing to be like, okay, you saw a loophole or whatever, you took it, whatever, fine. But we're going back to Pittsburgh, which is wild. Starfield's only on Xbox. Still not super interested. Psychonauts
it's
2.
On PC
Psychonauts
too, right?
2. Psychonauts 2.
That Double Fine shit.
There's actually like an extended trailer that they did like a couple days later. That was like the developers talking that I just sent to Papa. And it's great. It's fucking fantastic. I can't wait for it. It's going to be like the first game I buy this year in August.
In August.
Yeah. Square Enix.
Which is right around the corner, actually.
Yeah, it's 2 months away.
What did Square Enix do? Because you know that they can spoon feed me content.
I don't remember. I was bored.
Is there any Final Fantasy 14? Let me check.
I don't remember. They showed off the Guardians of the Galaxy.
They probably talked about Endwalker, but
I don't remember. They're remaking the first 6 of them, but they're only bringing it to PC and mobile, which makes no sense because the
first 3 are already on mobile.
Dude, if you know how to download ROMs and emulate, the first 6 Final Fantasies have been on PC for years.
Yeah. And I mean, if they're remastering them, then like that's cool. I guess pixels. I would pay for that.
How do you
but
remaster
it's
pixels?
How do you remaster pixels? That's a good question. I was talking more. Well, you can. I don't know, shading
up the color palette. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I can think of is up the color palette.
Remaster the soundtrack. I don't know, man.
So the point that I'm getting at is everything about E3 this year was pretty good. A lot of it sucked. In the sense that they didn't really have a lot to show off. But like Microsoft was one after the other after like Atomic Heart looks great.
They're just like, you want some food? Here's some food.
Yeah, it actually like when this is done, I'm gonna go apply for the Xbox All Access program.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like I'm doing it. Like dude, and you know what? Like I was having this argument. Every PlayStation 5 game that's coming out is a PlayStation 4 game. Ratchet & Clank just came out, and there's no doubt in my mind that this will be on the PS4 by the middle of next year.
You think so?
Yeah, because I don't think they're gonna get supply of PlayStations down until Christmas of next year.
I mean, as much as I would love a PlayStation, Microsoft is kind of winning right now.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like Microsoft might not have a bunch of exclusives that I really, really, really want to play right now, but they do have Halo. And I haven't played Halo.
And they do have a damn good media hub.
Well, that too, but like I need to play Halo. I tweeted out the other day, I was like, I'm gonna get Infinite when it comes out, and I'm gonna get so good at it that I'm gonna go pro. I'm gonna become FaZe Cumsock.
I haven't played a Halo in earnest since Halo 3 when I played as a kid.
Yeah, so when I get it, Pop and I are gonna go back and do all the story. From 1, 2, 3, Reach, 4, and 5, and then wait for Infinite to come out. Oh, I guess Infinite is 7. But yeah, I'm and especially if they're gonna put all of the Bethesda games on Xbox.
Hell yeah. That? I mean, you might as well.
No, I just why like if it's gonna be an exclusive, I might as well I have to. I can't not be playing.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. I mean, I always have my PC shit, and I know that Microsoft's gonna support PC usually no matter what. But my chair is not going higher.
So just before we get into the lore for today, today's a good one. Today's a really good one. I think a lot of people are gonna be happy with it. I think you're gonna be happy.
Spicy meat lore.
There's a dude I work with, cool guy, who's really into D&D. He does some streams and stuff, and he does charity streams for D&D. Like he'll play it on Twitch, and all the money they get, they donate and shit, which is awesome.
Oh, so my friend Anna has done that before. I think I talked about that on the show
with Amogus. With Amogus.
I don't think it was Among Us. I think it was a variety hour of many other games, but they streamed for 24 hours.
Oh, that's all. Well,
yeah.
This dude's talking about playing D&D. And he unironically says, and I like heard it in passing, and he knows that I love Fallout and shit. And unironically, he's like, "Yeah, I'm writing a tabletop that's pretty much like a drama game." And I went, "Yes." He's like, "There's not really combat. It's kind of just like improv. It's kind of like a drama class, whatever." And it's about the last 3 days on Earth. And I was like, "Can I get in on this?" I was like, "I don't mean to like invite myself, but can I please get in on this?"
I mean, you might as well get in on the new big thing on the ground floor.
Well, not even that. He'll just write it. He'll just write a tabletop. He'll just write it. He's like, just fuck it. I'll just do it. Like
that's what I do. I just never publish anything.
Well, he just like the idea of it. I was like, there's so many things you could do. He goes, he wants it to feel like an indie movie, like an indie movie, but it's an apocalypse thriller. And I was like, oh my God.
That's really cool. That's really cool.
It's the same dude who we were talking about. We were talking about Sonic, and he was like, I love Sonic. I was like, dude, me too. And I was like, I just want a remaster of Sonic Adventure 1 and Sonic Adventure 2. And he looked at me with all sincerity and went, at least just a remaster of the Chow Garden. Before we get into lore, one more thing. Shout out to Lamp in the Discord.
Yeah, Deadly Lampshade. Oh my gosh.
Homeboy put up a wonderful, absolutely wonderful...
It's right here.
It's somewhere on screen. The ARH bingo.
Which we've been joking about for literally probably 30 or 40 episodes.
Yeah, and it's should we read it out, or should we, for those who aren't for those who are listening, also, by the way, we big in Zimbabwe. I don't know if you know this.
Really?
Yeah, I got it. I checked the ARH email and it was like, you are doing very well in Zimbabwe. We were like number 3 in leisure. Let me read the email exactly. We were like high ranking in Zimbabwe, which my first thought was either like, shout out all my Zambians, or people are using VPNs.
I mean, either way, like, thanks for listening.
Yeah. Let's see. Position 3 in category leisure in Zimbabwe.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So okay, if you're not watching and you're listening, there are such things on here as public school. This is one of my favorites. Frank, baby Horrigan or otherwise. 11+1. One of us asks if the other is recording. Papa Kyle gets mentioned. AT&T Lily. So you can't use
AT&T Lily has her own spot.
You can't use the board right now. But these are I complain about the New Vegas protagonist. I complain about Fallout 4. Neo Vietnam gets brought up. Like the cookies. I really like this. It put a big smile on my face. Other than that, I think that's pretty much everything.
I think so too. But like, it's really freaking great.
Yeah.
Tweet Hines is on there.
Yeah. Do you want to get in this lore?
I would love to get into this lore, but before we do, we should really talk about our patrons.
Yes.
We've got some lovely folks that are just here to party, and they help us keep the lights on here. And I don't have anything else to say, but I do want to say their names.
Yes.
So first up, we have the OG Noah.
Thank you, Noah.
Then we have Danny.
Thank you, Danny.
Then it's Marcus.
Thank you, Marcus.
Bones Jones.
Thank you, Bones Jones.
And Girth Brooks.
Thank you, Girth Brooks.
Anyone that I'm missing?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think I've got it down.
You recording?
Well, yes, I am recording. Aha, there's the bingo spot.
Are you recording me?
I am not recording you.
Okay. So, if you had to rank your top 3 companions in the entire series, who would it be?
We've talked about this before.
Yeah, we have, but just follow me.
Okay,
You don't have to explain, just who do you think?
I would say Cass is in my top 3. Are we doing like non-humans as well?
Yeah, just anybody who can follow you around and make quips when you kill things.
Cass, Arcade Ganon, and I honestly Dogmeat. I think Dogmeat in any incarnation of dog companion is a really solid sell for me because they say just enough.
Give me a 4th. Just because Dogmeat's, it's... I agree with you. Dogmeat's one of my favorites, but it's like obligatory.
Mm-hmm. I like Nick Valentine too. Well, he's a ha-cha-cha, you know?
Yeah. One of my favorites is Boone.
And his attachment wife?
And his dead wife.
Is the lore on Boone?
The lore is on Boone's quest, One for My Baby.
Oh,
Yeah.
That means that the lore is on Boone's wife. Can we get some Boone's wife in the chat?
Just for good old time's sake, there's someone, I believe they go by Box of Tomatoes in the Discord, who I think they said is going back from episode 1 and listening forward.
Oh, bless you on that, man.
Yeah, fall asleep with the episodes on. I think I can say that, and it doesn't go against TOS, but still. And every once in a while, you'll see just a little Boone's wife in the chat. And yeah, dude, throw Boone's wife quick.
Put some Boone's wife on the screen, like
absolutely.
Boom, boom, boom.
Do you have
awesome.
Is it in the Dropbox?
It's in the Dropbox.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. I'll put a bunch.
Have you been looking through that Dropbox? There's everything I've ever used for the show.
There's some stuff that's missing, but there is some good stuff on there.
Mm-hmm.
I used it a lot. I was making the thumbnails and shit last week.
Yeah, I saw.
And also DaVinci, you can make thumbnails in it. So I don't need Photoshop. Yeah, I actually really like using DaVinci to make thumbnails. But
cool.
This one is one for my baby. For my baby. We haven't done a quest in a while. I mean,
when's the last time we did a quest? Was it Beyond the Beef?
Dude, that feels like 100 episodes ago.
It does feel like 100 episodes ago because it probably was about 30 to 50.
It was probably a year ago we did it.
It was episode 27 that we did Beyond the Beef.
No, that... Really?
Because it was Hypothetical Jackie Chan Part 2 was the name of the episode. And the lore was Hurricane Heck and Beyond the Beef.
Dude, that means... we have to have done another quest since then.
I think we've done a quest from the first or second game.
No, I don't think we have. Anyway. I had a lot of fun writing this down because I kind of did it. I kind of wrote the notes as if I was a detective.
That's really fun.
Because it was like, oh, you have to find out who killed or who captured Boone's wife and whatever. And I also like that when you go to the quest, like on the fallout.fandom.wiki, everything has a quote. Like every time you click on a quest or you click on a person, there'll be a quote. And the quote is, my wife's dead. I just want the son of a bitch who killed her. And I was sitting there going, ha, his wife's dead. Ha. If you go back and watch the NCR Chuck playthrough on the channel, we use Boone the entire time. Yeah, it was just, my wife's dead. All right, gotta get going. Okay. My wife's dead. And we would just make fun of Boone. He would like shoot Legionnaires and be like, oh, my wife's dead. My wife's dead.
My wife's dead.
Just so
I just want that son of a bitch.
So one for my baby from 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. inside of the giant dinosaur, you can find Craig Boone watching over the town of Novak. If you can get him to open up about his dead wife. Is it too much if I put him going, my wife's dead, after every time we say dead wife? Dead.
Like in the editing?
Yeah. Is it too much?
I don't think so. I think that it would actually be pretty fun goof.
Because I added my wife's dead to my censor notes. So I have a folder of censor noises, and just it could just be like, my wife's dead. Like...
No, I think that would actually be quite freaking good.
Okay, I'm gonna try. If you can get to him, he'll open up. You have to he'll give you the quest to find out who did it. He gives you his beret as a sign to find out who sold his wife into slavery. You take them outside of the dinosaur, and he will take care of them. The first person that you can go talk to, because they're like right there, is No Bark Noonan. When you ask him what happened with Boone's wife, he says, seen it all. Seen shadowy folk come into his room and leave again in the middle of the night. Thought one might have gone into the lobby too for a spell. A lot of this is abbreviated. It's, what's the word I'm looking for? It's, paraphrased. Mm-hmm. A lot of it's paraphrased. Thought it was...
Would you be able to describe the voice that you're doing right now?
No Bark Noonan?
Yes.
Why do you think it sounds like something else?
It kind of sounds like something else, like a specific dead president.
Oh, does it sound like Ronnie? Hold on. Let me try Reagan. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I created crack cocaine because I'm a racist fuck. Ooh, yeah, the Iraqi Contra. Ooh, God, AIDS too, all my doing.
Now maintain that voice and say, I killed Boone's wife to death.
I killed Boone's wife, because she was colored. Like, wait till I read.
Louise. Oh, jeez.
I don't take that out of context. But that's something that Reagan would say. He was a monster.
Reagan was a monster.
He was a piece of shit. Did you ever hear the Killer Mike song, Reagan Era? I think it's called Reagan Era. It's off rap music.
Is that?
It ends with, I'm glad Reagan dead. And I think that's really funny.
Yeah.
I'm going to read.
We should be just as critical of every historical figure as Killer Mike is.
I am going to read the follow-up question in Reagan's voice because I think it'll be funnier. But I thought it was cannibals. Now I'm not going to be able to not hear Reagan. I thought it was cannibals come to eat us all for sure. So I kept out of sight. But now I know better. So you can ask him, well, who was it? And he goes, mole men come up from the underneath to steal our young women with promise of riches and fancy mud mansions with all the latest appliances.
Oh my god!
Did you have an eagle or something in D&D that was Reagan? It was like your sun eagle. That's what it was.
It was a falcon, I think.
A falcon. I knew it was a bird. So
I went and I scoped out all of the camp. There was only 4 of them.
I remember you were just like, I can talk to my eagle, and you're like, what does he say? And I was like, what does he sound like? You're like, I don't know, you're the DM. And I was like, I think I originally wanted to do JFK, but like Reagan just came out.
But your JFK impression wasn't there yet.
My JFK is just JFK from Clone High. Like, that's all it is. So after talking to Nobark Noonan, you can sit there and go, all right, well, he said that they went into the lobby. They went to the place where you could rent a room, which also I want to say, Novak is my favorite player home in the game. There's something so quaint and cozy about it. It's so out of the way.
I love Novak. It's one of my favorite places in New Vegas.
I think is it the presidential? Yeah, the presidential suite's a little too big, in my opinion.
Yeah. And it feels like for as big as it is, there's not really anything in it.
It just feels empty.
Yeah.
Where Novak is like the perfect size, for me at least. So thinking, okay, let me go to the lobby, and it's the middle of the night, so nobody's there. But you could find Jeannie Mae Crawford, and if you talk to Jeannie Mae Crawford, she goes, "How you ask about Boone's wife? What?
Jeannie Mae Crawford, that fucking bitch."
So you could talk to her, and she'll say, "Well, how should I put it? She was kind of like a cactus flower, real pretty to look at." But just no way of getting close to her. She never did like living here. She liked the big lights and the fast living of New Vegas. Again, you can just kind of walk around town. It's not a big town. It's another thing that I like about it is how small it is. And I just like the idea of a repurposed motel turned into a little settlement, even though it's like not big and there's like other people around and stuff. You could talk to Ranger Andy, and he says his wife was taken. I don't ever think he'll be the same. Damn shame. I told the Rangers up at the station to keep an eye out, but there's just too much ground to cover. He also says, and again, this is just what I took from it and wrote down quick. He also says that Carla was an absolute smoke show, who knew what she wanted. She could be a tad rude, but deep down she was really a sweetheart. Now, there's also Cliff Briscoe, my guy Cliffy B, not Gears of War, Cliffy B.
He's the proprietor of the dinosaur, right?
Yes. Can't say we spoke much when you ask about the wife. You ask about Carla. Can't say we spoke much. Boone did most of the buying for them. She was in the store once, but didn't stay long, and had a look like she smelled something sour. As far as I can remember, the shop smelled fine. Well, as fine as it always does. I just really like the idea of him being like, hey, don't forget to buy shit at my place. You want to play Caravan? Like, so you can go talk to Manny Vargas. Now, Manny Vargas is the other sniper. I'm trying to do this lore as if you've never played the quest before, because I feel like it's such an essential quest that everybody has done.
Yeah, because it's like right on the main path.
Yeah, and also like there's a ton of memes about Boone. Like I remember when Fallout 4 came out, there was a meme where they took the beret and photoshopped it on the Sole Survivor, and it just said, "My wife is dead." So, like, I feel like everybody knows this, but also, Manny Vargas was part of a gang. I don't think it's explicit that it is the Khans. I don't remember where I read that he was a Khan.
But he wasn't not a Khan.
Could you look up his wiki page and see if he was a Khan? I'm like almost certain he was a Khan.
Yep, he was a Khan.
Was he? Mm-hmm. I wonder how he feels about Bitter Springs. Anyway,
and this isn't to be confused with the Great Khans. This is just the Khans.
Well, how does that make sense time wise? Because the Khans are in 2161.
One of the Khans are one of the 3 Raider clans that originated from Vault 15.
Yes, but it's the Khans, then the new Khans, then the Great Khans. So Manny is not 80, 90, 100 and
but he is descendant
old.
Thereof. I would say.
Cool. Okay, whatever. This isn't the Manny Vargas episode. It's just a part about him. So he was on bad terms with Carla at the time of her death, but Boone was his best friend. And when you talk to him, he says about how he ran with a gang and he loved it and he decided, you know what, it's time for me to earn my future. And he took his best friend along. So when you ask him about Boone's wife,
my wife's dead.
He says, me and his wife, we didn't see eye to eye on some things. We had some pretty big arguments. One day she turns up missing, and he hasn't said a word since. Manny and Carla argue about everything. Manny got Boone to enlist. I already said this. And here was this woman who was too good for it all, trying to take him away. So yeah, I didn't see eye to eye with that bitch. When asking him about the disappearance of Carla, he says, when I heard the news, my first thought was, I owe someone big. I figured Boone would come around after a while. He never did. And I'm starting to think if he doesn't find his wife, he never will. So, so you find out that she pretty much didn't have a single friend in Novak. The only person that she could really go to was
Boone.
And there's a quote on Boone's page about Carla where he says, she would just talk and talk and talk. And he loved it. He's like, I'm not one for talking, but I could listen to her just go on and on and on. And he really, yeah, he really genuinely loved her. She was also pregnant at the time of her disappearance. And there's a comic somewhere. I think someone put it in the art channel. Another reason to join Discord. Someone put it in the art channel a while ago of Boone with his wife. And he wakes up in the middle.
And let's be clear. This is Boone with Boone's wife, pre-Boone's wife.
Yeah. Pre-Boone's wife.
My wife's dead.
And she's alive. And then he like jolts out of his sleep in the middle of the night, which doesn't make sense because he works during the night. But he like jolts out of his sleep and he like looks over at the pillow and she's gone and it's just his beret and his glasses. If I can find it, it'll be on screen. Yeah,
that's pretty rough.
Yeah. So you could talk to Dusty McBride and Alice McBride. I didn't take their quotes down because they're pretty mundane. But they don't have much to say to each other. They don't even know Boone or Carla. And then it turns out that Alice McBride didn't even know that Carla was dead.
Oh.
So my question is, how long ago was the disappearance of Carla?
It was like within like days to weeks, right?
I assumed it was like he was stewing over this for like a month or two, maybe even longer. Like he was sitting in this. He was sitting in this disgust. I didn't see it on the wiki. I'm probably wrong. I could be. I don't know. But I just remember it was like the first time I played it, it conveyed this sense of he's got nothing to do but sit in the dinosaur and think. And wait. And his thoughts consumed him to the point where he was ready to he kills Legionary on sight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like he's just,
yeah. So,
I thought that I didn't think this is something that happened like a week ago. But,
I never really thought about the time frame.
If you go back to the Dinky D-Light front office in a small safe, you can find a bill of sale, right? And that bill of sale is addressed to a one. Jeannie Mae Crawford. I'm going to read the bill of sale directly off the fallout.fandom.wiki site. And it says,
Jeannie Mae bitch Crawford.
It says, we, the representatives of the council officorium, have this day bargained and purchased with Jeannie Mae Crawford of the township of Novak the exclusive rights to the ownership and sale of the slave Carla Boone, for the sum of 1,000 bottle caps, and those of her unborn child for the sum of 500 bottle caps. The receipts whereof is hereby acknowledging we warrant the slave of her young to be sound, healthy, and slaves for life. We covenant with the said Jeannie Mae Crawford that we have full power to bargain and sell said slave with her offspring. Payment of an additional 500 bottle caps will be due pending successful maturation of the fetus, the claim to which shall be guaranteed by possession of this document. M. Scroborius Libodorius et al., administrators of M. Lucinus Carrarus, Council Officorium ab Famulatus. Great. Latin's a fun language.
That's some yucky stuff. I don't like that.
So, there's proof that she did this, right? And that's where you find out that Boone watched this. Like, it happened at night. Boone watched this. Boone kills his wife.
My wife's dead.
Boone's wife's his wife.
Dead.
Boone's wife, his wife?
That's why Jeannie Mae Crawford never got the $500. Boone killed his wife and his unborn child.
My wife's dead.
Because
rather than let them slip into slavery.
Yeah, he said, I'd rather my wife be dead than be a slave. Because he knew that she was going to get raped and she was going to get beaten and abused. And he goes, I'd rather her be dead. It's like the ultimate mercy killing. Like,
damn,
like
that's so freaking sad. No wonder he's a fucking brooding mess.
Yeah, dude, it's why he's like one of my favorite companions, because he has depth and he has feelings, and my wife's dead. Like, he's just like he's very pragmatic about it too. He's like, she's dead, she's gone. I'm upset about it, but what am I gonna do? It's not gonna bring her back. So then you kill the person who sold her into slavery.
Jeannie Mae Crawford, fuck that bitch.
Yep. You wear Boone's beret next to Jeannie Mae Crawford. He takes the shot. You show him the evidence saying that she did it. He gives you a little bit of money, and he's like, I think I'm going to leave this town because my wife's dead.
My wife's dead.
And you're like, yo, bro, hook up with me, man.
Yeah, and then he becomes... There's a bunch of alternative walkthroughs. You can put the beret on just about... On Alice and Dusty McBride, Cliff Briscoe, Manny Vargas, Ranger Andy, and Nobark Noonan. But you, like, the first time I ever did the quest, I remember I put the beret on Nobark, and they were like, how'd you know he did it? And I was like, I just had an idea. It's like, you had no evidence? Let's see some notes here quick. You can't even talk to Boone if your karma is below neutral.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but you can throw on some NCR armor. If the courier uses Boone's beret to repair a beret before killing Jeannie Mae Crawford, you can't finish the quest because you don't have it then.
Because it's not the specifically marked one.
Yeah.
Damn. That's a bug. That's a bug-ass bug.
Yeah.
Oh, the quest name is a reference to the famous song.
Yeah.
One for My Baby and One More for the Road by Harold Arlen and Johnny Mercer. It was popularized by Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and Sammy Davis Jr., and Billie Holiday, and more recently, Hugh Laurie.
Hugh Laurie. After asking around about Boone's wife, it is fairly logical to assume that Crawford sold her so Boone would stay in town, as she repeatedly mentioned wanting to leave Novak and go back to New Vegas. However, it is hinted through dialogue that Jeannie Mae Crawford, that her motives are more personal. Once acquiring the evidence, speak to Jeannie Mae and select the what's the quickest way out of the stump. She will launch into a tirade about finicky types who criticize her town, indicating that the reason she sold Boone's wife was that she made some similar comments. She was just a piece of shit.
Yeah, she was just garbage.
She was just like,
oh, you don't like my dinosaur? Fuck you, you're dead.
Yeah.
You're a slave now. Like, what the fuck? crazy.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I domed that bitch. Wait, what happens if you murder Jeannie Mae Crawford before Boone did?
I actually just read this. If the courier kills Crawford by themselves, the quest cannot proceed. The reason for this is becomes clear when asking Boone, what do I do if I find this person? He responds by, in part, and I'll take care of the rest I need to do myself, revealing that Boone needs to exact revenge. There's something really interesting. That's pretty much the quest. It's one of the best quests. It's very linear for a New Vegas quest, I have to say.
Yeah, but I like it, though.
Yeah, but it's good storytelling, so I don't really care.
Yeah.
There's a thing that I was reading on Boone's end slides that if Kaisar wins and survives, it says that he went on a shootout with the Legion. Like, I guess you don't do any of his quests. I'm not exactly sure how to trigger it, but he goes on a shooting spree and takes out every single legionary he can find. And Kaisar crucifies him. And as he's putting him on the cross, he's like, I want to congratulate you on being a formidable foe, being a fierce opponent, like having the gall, the gumption to do this. I forget the exact wording. And he's like, you're a strong individual. Like, it's too bad you're playing for the wrong side because you could have really helped us. And he just spits tobacco on his face in front of all of his soldiers.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and he's like, okay, the buzzards for you. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So let me just double check to make sure there's nothing I missed. That's everything. That's one of the best quests, and it's incredibly short. You get one of the best companions.
Can I say the thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's Floor.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
What's new in your life, my friend?
I had a really weird conversation the other day.
Oh,
And
really?
I don't mean weird in the sense of like I was uncomfortable, but weird in the sense of like, so I drive a truck, and
do you still have the silver truck, like the one that I know? Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm driving home from work, and mind you, I'm in a city that I don't know. Not that I don't know it; it's just new to me. I'm only here a few months. Similar truck, but blue, pulls up to me, and I have a dent in my tailgate, and he's like, "Hey, man, I can get that." Now we're at a stoplight, and he's like telling me like roll down my window, and I'm like, "What's up?" He's like, "I can get that dent out of your truck." I'm like, "Oh, I'm good, dude. Like, don't worry about it. Like, it's all right. Like, I don't know what this guy like do. Like, and also, how are you gonna give me your number? We're driving." And so I'm like, yeah, I kind of want to sell it. Like, I kind of want to get something else. Like, I kind of want to do this and do that. And as we're talking, we start driving. And we're driving down this highway doing like 45, talking to each other.
That's wild.
And then I'm like, yeah, dude, I want to get rid of it. And he's like, how much you want? And I tell him, and he's like, oh, that's okay, cool, whatever. And he's like, it's a nice truck, this and that. I'm like, thanks, you know. And like, again, I'm doing 45 miles an hour down this highway. And he's like, all right, man, have a good one. I was like, hey, be safe. This is the weirdest conversation I've ever been a part of. Like, it wasn't like he came over to me and he's like, roll down your window. And I'm like, what's up? He's like, did you know in Japan they watch tentacle shit? Like, it wasn't like that. It wasn't weird in that sense. It was weird in the sense of like, hey, let's talk and drive. Like, it was some Fast and Furious shit. Like, I'm surprised he wasn't talking to me about family. Like, it was just like, it was
drifting.
Yeah, dude, it was really fun. Like, I had to call somebody. Like, I was laughing out loud because I couldn't believe it. Like, it was one of those
so
like
freaking funny.
It was one of those like when you realize you're doing it type moments. Like, you ever been in the middle of something and you're like, whoa.
Like, did that really just happen?
Yeah. Oh, I had to buy a TV, dude.
What happened to your other TV?
Dude, I don't know. Mercury must be in retrograde. I forgot to tell you about this. Remember when
Mercury just came out of retrograde, actually.
When?
Like a couple days ago.
I had to buy a new TV on Sunday. I was livid.
Wait, which TV was broken?
The one that you and I went to at a Best Buy when you came out here with me.
Wait, why?
So okay. I bought that TV out of box after Christmas. Right? Yeah. So I got a deal. It's a legendary story where it was like $300.
Oh, by the way, Mercury came out of retrograde in 2 days ago.
Okay. So like, I don't know. You guys, when we moved out here, seemed like floored by the fact that this happened. But it was like, it was out for like $280, I think it was, the TV, because it was out of box. And I went to the guy and I was like, hey, he was like, we can haggle on price. And I was like, can you do $250? And he's like, yeah, let me go ask my boss. And I was like, oh, you're going to go ask your boss? And he's like, yeah. I was like, all right, well, if you're going to go ask your boss, then bump it down to $220 or something or something. Like, remember I got some fucking deal.
I remember that. Yeah, it was a really good deal.
It was like a charisma save with like a 20. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like a 19, but
whatever. Yeah, I would have got it for I would have got it. I would have got that and like a bunch of HDMI's on a 20. But
yeah, you would have walked out for like $100 and got the half the store.
Yeah. So I got the warranty, which thank God I got the warranty, because if you don't get the warranty, it's a 2-week in-store warranty for Best Buy. It just wouldn't work.
That's not like that much.
It would get stuck on the page. Like, and it
That's
was
really bizarre.
It was an Alexa remote.
Did you try to change out the little battery?
Dude, I did everything. I took the battery out, switched it around. I went like this. I put them in the freezer for 20 minutes and took them out and tried them again. Like,
does that help?
Yeah. If your batteries die, you could throw them in the freezer and then take them out after like a day, and you get a little extra time on them.
Huh?
Yeah, that might just be like an old Italian grandma thing.
Put the batteries in the freezer.
Yeah, but like my aunt would put batteries in the freezer.
Put it next to the lasagna.
Yeah, it's there's a Doom line in the freezer with the batteries and Seagrams.
That's really funny.
Yeah, but it would get stuck, and like it was an Alexa, so I could be like, open up Hulu. I want to watch American Dad. Dude, American Dad is the greatest, one of the greatest animated shows of all time, because there is.
See, I would like to throw my hat in the ring and say that King of the Hill.
No. Yes, but for two very different reasons. One, yes. King of the Hill is really, really funny because it knows what it is. American Dad is really, really funny because its rules are that here are these characters, there are no rules. So like, they'll just, they have an episode that's like about, do you ever see the movie The Road?
No, I haven't.
The Roads, I've only seen the ending of it, and I was
Isn't it like a Mad Maxian sort of thing?
It's not whimsical like Mad Max. It's depressing like my life. No, I'm joking. It's depressing like mental state would have been funnier. I don't know why I said life, but it's depressing in the sense of like you watch this guy and his kid travel down this road. They have no food. They have no ammo. If they do have any ammo, it's 3 bullets. He has a machete. His leg is broken. He cannot go on. He continues to push. Like, it's my kind of dystopia. Like, it's my kind of apocalypse fiction.
Depressing and gray.
Yes. Hints of green. And, there's like their 200th episode is an apocalypse story that isn't canon. It just takes place in a separate timeline. Last night I was watching an episode. It's a cowboy episode. It's just the Old West. Like it's then they have the James Bond parodies, which are like some of the best. And one of the best episodes of the entire series is the Rapture episode called Rapture's Delight, which one, fantastic name. 2,
that's a great name.
Stan and Francine have sex during the Rapture, so they don't get raptured and they're stuck on Earth. And then it becomes this wasteland that they have to traverse through. And like Jesus is killing demons and shit. It's such a good episode. It's so good.
What the hell?
So I'll be like,
I think I've mentioned it on the show before, but the only times that I've ever seen King of the Hill, or not King of the Hill, only times I've ever seen American Dad was when I was studying abroad in Croatia, and it was only in German. I have never seen it in English.
But dude, what's so funny about it is it starts off
with this... But I understood what was going on.
But it starts off as this political show. Like Seth MacFarlane said he made it because he was upset that Bush got elected as president. Mm-hmm. Like that's where it started. And now they have a gay alien.
And it turned into his playground.
Like it's there's an episode where they sell the show to a Chinese billionaire. And like the last 3 minutes, the episode just ends and the Chinese billionaire just shows up and like talks, and like the show is then placed in China, and then like a copyright infringement Mickey Mouse with like the wrong color shows up. It's fucking wild.
What the hell?
Dude, American Dad might be one of the great, and like it has nothing to do with politics. It's just silly. It's just silly. So I could say to my let's get back to the TV. I can say to my thing, hey, pull up American Dad. I want the lulz. And then I'll just sit there and watch it. So it was great. The controller was super nice. The interface was super nice, but it broke. I got the warranty, took it to Best Buy, not the same Best Buy. And I feel like I might have fucked up by not going to the same Best Buy, but we'll get to that later. The Best Buy that I went to this time is actually closer to me. The other Best Buy was closer to Costco, and that's why we
went to that one.
Yeah.
Because the holy Costco.
Dude, when you were here, I think we didn't go to Costco twice, and you were here for like 6 days.
Yeah. We went to Costco every day except for like one.
I think 1 or 2. Yeah, it might like if you don't count the day you left, we didn't go one day. I was that excited about Costco. But I go and I'm talking to the guy and I'm like, look, I don't need 8K. I'm of the belief that anything higher than 60 frames is a waste. I don't even think 60 frames is even super needed. I feel like 120 frames is why.
So are we talking about frames or refresh rate here?
I'm talking about like when you're playing a videos, James, and it's like, oh, like Doom in 120 frames probably looks beautiful. It does.
Yeah. Well,
it's
you need to
necessary.
have a monitor that supports a higher refresh rate, though.
Well,
regardless, you don't need anything fancy.
No, but the TV that I did get does have a better picture. It's 4K, which my other TV was 4K, but this has a dedicated 60 frames, like guaranteed on whatever I watch, and has HDR10.
Ooh, really?
Yeah. So
what is it? An LG panel?
Nope. It's I don't know if LG made the panel, but it's a Hisense.
Oh, Hisense.
Yeah.
It's probably an LG panel,
dude. It looks
LG
great.
makes like every panel except Samsung.
It looks
Samsung
great.
makes their own panels.
Dude,
yeah.
it looks great. I've actually been playing Sniper Elite 4.
Oh, really?
And it looks great with HDR. Like, I remember playing the first Last of Us with you, and it has HDR function, and it looks like it's weird. It looks like there's more depth. Like, I have no other way to, like, it just looks better. And I'm not a graphics person.
What HDR does is it deepens the darks to make it kind of look more realistic.
Yeah. Hallways become like deeper, like it's wild. Yeah. So
it just increase immersion.
So I've really enjoyed the TV. Like I've really enjoyed.
Does this new TV have the smart TV stuff in it?
Yeah, it's an Android TV. So
cool. That means you could use like your phone with it.
Yeah. So it's I don't know. I have to see if there's a remote I can get, like an app remote, because I love that exists.
There is, yeah.
But I have I have a remote. It has like the OK Google. Hold on, she heard me.
Google is listening.
It has like a OK Elgoog. Cool. That's Google backwards. You can actually go on elgoog.com and it's every search result backwards. That's like an really old funny 2010 trick. So I could be like, hey, Google, do this now. Cool, she didn't hear me. So I could be like, do this, do that. Like, look up YouTube, look up Hulu, go on Netflix. I don't.
That's pretty cool,
Netflix.
though.
Yeah. So I'm okay with it. It sucks that I had to spend another $300 because I got the money back.
Really?
And then I had to. Well, I had to spend less, but I got the warranty again just because if it goes.
So wait, how much did you get for your old TV that was under warranty?
Like $280 something.
Oh, okay, so like it almost paid for the new one.
Oh yeah, no. Like I was sitting there like all mad, but I was like, yeah, but at least like, you know. Like, at least the picture's better. When I upgrade to either an Xbox One or a PS5, like...
It'll be worth it then.
Everything is going to be 4K. That can be 4K. Everything will be 60 frames. That can be 60 frames.
Mm-hmm.
So, and again, I don't think 60 frames is necessary.
But it definitely is.
I don't think so.
But it definitely is.
I don't think so.
It definitely is.
I've been playing games at 30 frames for a while and enjoying it. So
playing games at 30 FPS really makes my brain hurt.
That's such a first world problem. You know, Brazil's still using the Genesis.
It is a first world problem, but you know what? I am allowed to have standards.
Yeah, you can have standards, but you shouldn't let your standards get in the way of you having fun.
Oh, I don't. But also, I'm a tinkerer at heart, so if I want something a certain way, I will try to make it happen.
I feel
it's kind of part of the fun for me. I spend more time modding games than playing them.
That's wild to me. That's like I actually that reminds me. I had a conversation with somebody recently. They asked me about speedrunning. My buddy who I played Last of Us with, Chris, he was like, "Do you know anything about speedrunning?" And I was like, "I have the podcast episode for you, bucko." I was like, "Are you aware of tomatoed anus?" And he's like, "I don't get it. It's interesting, but I don't get it." And I was like, the best way that tomato anus put it to me was you play a game more and more to play it less and less.
Which I love that.
And that reminds me of what you just said, of like, I mod it more and more, and I barely even play it.
Like, I sometimes will just be like, you know what? It's time to mod Fallout 4, and I play through like the first 20 minutes, and it's the most gorgeous 20 minutes of my life, but then I just
never touch it.
Then I'm
That's
done.
why you should play Nuka World. You fuck. Yeah, dude. I'm gonna go, like I said, I'm gonna go sign up for this Xbox program. And part of me is sitting here like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Money, 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 money. And then another part of me is just like, do it. Do it. Like, you work. It's not like you're unemployed. Like, it's not like you...
And imagine Psychonauts 2 at like its full potential for you. Yes. That's gonna be great.
What's cool is it also gives you 2 years of Game Pass.
And that is the kicker, because Game Pass slaps right now.
But Game Pass is also live, I think. I could be wrong when I say this, but I think Game Pass and live are the same thing. And Psychonauts will be on Game Pass. I'm still buying...
Upgrade your Xbox Live Gold membership to Ultimate, and I think that comes with Game Pass. Upgrade for $1.
No, that's the first month.
Is it?
Yeah, because Kyle was telling me that there was something that he did where he got like a year of it for $1. There was something that happened that, like, if you you bought Gold or Live or whatever it's called, they were giving you the option to upgrade to Game Pass, and it was retroactive to whatever you had. So if it was advertised as a month, but if you had 2 years of Live and bought the $1 Game Pass, you got it for a year.
Game Pass Ultimate is $14 a month, and it includes Live.
Wow.
And also includes EA Play, so you get to play EA games.
Which, I'm okay.
Like The Sims.
But, yeah, if I'm going to play Sims, I'm going to play it on PC. And I don't play on PC.
Yeah, I'm a PC gamer. So the PC Game Pass is only $9 a month. And it also includes EA Play.
So...
And the console version for, like, Xbox One is $9 a month for Game Pass.
Can I ask a favor, a request of you?
Of course.
Please.
Yes.
This would mean the absolute world to me.
Tell me about it.
When I get an Xbox, you, me, Papa, and our
gotta get Game Pass.
and our old friends Mikey and Peter, we all sit down and play some custom games.
I was gonna say Halo.
Play some custom games.
On Halo 3?
On Halo 3.
Yes.
Like, dude, I can't fucking explain how special Halo 3 was. Like, you had to just be there.
I was there for it. Halo 3 was so important.
I know, but like, I can't, like... I was at work, like, and I'm so hyped up about the new, and I never thought I'd go back to Xbox. I never did. After last year, they're like, we have an offline Xbox if you want to play it. It's the 360. Motherfucker, people want to play, and how they were trying to make it like a social hub or a media hub, which it is a great media hub. It's what my mom uses. My mom uses my brother's old Xbox.
Uses an Xbox One, right?
Yeah, she has the great remote, but like...
I love the velvet one that's like this big.
Yeah, and you pick it up and it lights up.
I love that remote.
Yeah, see,
at the apartment I used to live at, we had one, and it was so good.
See, the only thing is I wouldn't use it because I like my smart TV's like built-in integration.
Yeah.
But that's just me being nitpicky. But, like, I want to play Griffball. And I hated Griffball. I want to play that infection game. I want to play.
It has crossplay, right?
Yes.
Because the Master Chief Collection is only $40 on PC, and it includes Reach, Combat Evolved, Halo 2, Halo 3, ODST, and 4.
Oh, it has 4 in it too.
Yeah, at least the PC version does.
Okay, so check this out.
But do I have to have live to play with you? Because I'm just talking about Steam.
No, if you have Steam, you're good to go.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
We should play.
Yeah, so I'm going to get it. And it's also on Game Pass. Master Chief Collection. I still like my physical copies.
I'm a digital copy kind of gal, so
I'm gonna buy
I already have too much shit in my space, so I just like to have my licenses digital.
I know, but I don't know. I like having a copy of something.
Yeah, you like being able to just like.
I'm in my 90s. I want to buy a physical copy of Psychonauts 2. I want to get a physical copy of the Master Chief Collection. Pop and I are going to go back and replay all of Halo 1 through 5 in anticipation
all the way through. Are you going to stream it? Intermittently, maybe?
Now I am. Yeah, if I can hook up the Twitch account. What I want to start doing, I don't know if I'm going to do it today because today's schedule got a little messed up for me. Because by the time you upload this and send it out, I don't know when I'm going to get done editing.
Right.
I want to start doing.
Sorry if I screwed things up.
No, it's cool. I want to do something called Tlu Thursdays.
Ah, that sounds fun.
Which is a dedicated day to play 3 hours of The Last of Us and stream it.
That sounds awesome.
To play factions. And then, I want to get into a schedule of streaming. Because if I can just do it for 3 weeks, I know I can get it done. I know I can work it into my schedule. I want to start streaming. I want to stream Psychonauts. And if the first Psychonauts is on, what I might do is I might restart the Psychonauts series and just do it on PlayStation because I own it on PlayStation.
Yeah.
And it's easier, honestly. I don't have face cam, but whatever. To me, that's not a huge deal.
It's not the end of the world.
But I want to do Psychonauts. I want to stream Psychonauts. I want to stream the Halo games. I want to get into streaming 2 to 3 days a week. You
know what, though? If you get a capture card, and I know a very affordable one you could get, you could literally just run your PlayStation or your Xbox or whatever through the capture card, and then do the actual streaming from your computer to take that bandwidth off the your
PlayStation.
console.
Yeah,
and then you could have your face cam, you could have your fancy doodads of streaming, and just you can add an input that is, instead of game capture, it's just a external capture. Yeah. And I would try to configure my OBS. Well, the thing is, I don't really want to mess with lights because I was going to say I would configure my OBS to do green screen. Did you see my green screen video I put up on the channel? Yeah. It was cool.
Thanks. I like that video a lot. I want to make more with the green screen.
And now I'm over here. And now I'm over here.
I want to get back to it. Streaming's fun. It gives me an excuse to enjoy a game. I've been playing Sniper Elite, but I don't feel like it's a good stream game because it's so much of me waiting. Mm-hmm. It's so much of me sitting still. I like that the levels are an hour and a half long. And, I bet because Twitch is all strict with their licensings of music and whatnot. Did you know Metallica streamed on Twitch and Twitch took down the audio and put up some smooth jazz? Yeah, I mean, Metallica's a shit band to begin with, but did you know Metallica keeps making new music and it's the same shit they made 20 years ago? They've been around for that long. That means
it's perfect for their audience.
Yeah. But the point I'm getting at is they were doing a live concert, a COVID concert, and
they muted it.
They muted it and put up smooth jazz. But if I do stream something that's a little more laid back, maybe a talking stream, do you think Shane Ivers' music is copyright free? I could use that?
Yeah, you could definitely use that. Actually, do you want to know where you can get it?
Please tell me.
You can get it at www.silvermansounds.com/free music, and in this case /featherduster. Vince.
Yes.
What I think that you should, if you're going to be streaming, tell the Discord about that.
Yeah, in the description below, somewhere. Because on podcast apps, I know the one I use is Castbox, so you can just see the stuff before you get there. But in the description of the episode, there is a link to my Twitter, Olive's Twitter, show's Twitter, the Discord, which we've talked about a lot. Come in, join. Lamp shared that bingo board that he made.
And it's very good.
Yes, and anytime any sort of fan art or anything is made, we will showcase it. And the best place to get it to us is in the Discord. We want to thank our Patreon again. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
I don't, since Kyle had to sub in, he's SAG affiliated, so he has like a huge premium. Yeah. We really gotta make sure that we get the invoice for that. Yeah, I mean we can write it off.
Gotta get it sorted.
We can write it off. I mean we still have to pay him, but like part of the taxes can be written off and whatever.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Also, like he only wanted light brown M&Ms, which I didn't understand, and I had
they do taste the most chocolatey.
No,
but they're milk chocolatey.
I don't know. It was a lot of things, and then he refused to even use his camera, and he said that he didn't want to show off his massive yacht. Because I mean, essentially what we paid him was another down payment for a yacht. Twice, because you were on vacation.
Yeah, twice. Yeah. So we'll have to talk to the accountants about that one.
I had to max out several credit cards.
Yeah.
Several.
Are in your name or my name?
In like the show's name, like the conjoint.
All right, so in my name then.
Well, I mean, they're both of us. It's
yeah,
but still, yeah. Like I don't know if we can like write it off as charity.
Well, you know what? We can make up this money by starting an Atomic Radio Hour OnlyFans.
That's a great idea. I wonder. They said they wanted to get away from pornography. That would be a good idea.
Or Atomic Radio Hour can lean into pornography.
We never said this publicly, but I wanted to upload. This is why you don't skip the outro. I wanted to upload all of our stuff to Pornhub.
But they're like strict now about what goes on there.
Dude, there was so much Fallout 4 E3 footage from 2015 that got taken down.
I know.
Like, I thought it'd be funny to be like, hey, you can find us on YouTube, all your podcasting apps, and Pornhub. But now you can't do that.
Yeah.
So thank you. If you'd like to support us, you can go ahead and buy a t-shirt, some stickers, a duvet. There's a bunch of fun stuff. I actually want to sit down with you and come up with some new designs, kind of flesh out our Redbubble a little bit.
Let's do a Redbubble refresh.
Yeah, kind of work on it. Let's make some stuff fun. I want to tell me if you think this is dumb. The countries that we're the biggest in, I want to get shirts just for, like, designs just for them. So I want to get a Zimbabwean color scheme of their flag. Yeah, I sent you in the Discord. I was like, can we get the ARH logo in this? And it was Zimbabwe's flag.
I didn't know that was Zimbabwe's flag. I was going to ask you because I thought that you were trying to just get like a Rasta version.
No, I'll show you the whole flag. I want to see if you would do it before the episode, and I was just going to put it on screen. Yeah, there's a couple things I want to talk to you about, but thank you for being here. I think that's everything.
Thank you for being here, everyone.
Fall asleep with the playlist on. Call somebody that you love and tell them that you love them. We'll be back next week for 3 whole years of these shenanigans.
For year 3.
Yeah. So
give it up for year 3.
I think that is technically our 3rd season or our 4th? It's like a weird. It's our 3rd season.
1, 2, 3. We're about to finish season 3.
We're about to finish season 3. Because you know how it's like you're playing a board game and it's like, well, is the spot I'm on 1 or is the next spot 1? It's one of those.
I know
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good one.
See you later. Bye.
Bye, Kyle.
Bye, Kyle. That's like 4 weeks in a row we've done that. All right, bye.
Atomic Radio Hour Podcast.
A Ghoulman Entertainment production.